What's up guys, I'm BTC. We got some brand new leaks for Project A, including heroes, abilities, and a bunch of other stuff, including what appears to be the actual name for the game, because Project A is just sort of a code name for the game. It looks like Blizzard isn't the only one with a leak problem. It appears the official name is going to be Valorant, and we know this through a couple of different sources: domain names being registered, new social media accounts. You can see the Twitter handle right here, Play Valorant. I don't know what you're thinking, anybody could have grabbed that, but the real telltale giveaway is the brand new trademarks that have been registered under Riot Games. Here you can see on the screen, it was filed February 20th, 2020, and the game is called Valorant. The top one goes for computer games and video games and that sort of stuff. The next one down is for the same thing, Valorant, but it's in the field of, comic books, graphic novels. I also think it's kind of funny. It's instructional leaflets in the field of computer games. Apparently these things need to get pretty specific. There was also a bunch of other ones about clothing and all kinds of other merchandise and toys and all that kind of stuff. So it goes through the whole list of different things that you could have. So it does appear that Valorant is the official name. But let's move on to the leaked heroes and the abilities. So this image right here has a wealth of knowledge on it. The first thing is on the left-hand side, we've got the names of a couple of the heroes. So you've got the first one here, Brimstone. Next one down is Sage, which is this main image here about, and then a couple down is Viper. We also have the guy in the hat who's kind of like the mysterious thing, but we don't have his name, unfortunately. And then if you look on the bottom of the image, we also have a list of the different characters. So once again, you've got Brimstone, you've got some unknown character. I believe that this is going to be the one that has the knives that we've seen, and also some of those like air abilities and stuff. The next character over, we don't know who this is. The one next to that is, of course, Sage, who is the main part of this thing. Then we have another guy who we don't really have any information about. Then we have the guy in the hat, an unknown or an unlocked, and then the last one is Viper. There is a little bit more information about the girl with the white hair and the knives and the air abilities. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let's check out the Sentinel Sage. And it looks like Sentinel is going to be some sort of kind of class or a role that they have. And that Sage is obviously the character name, but they are going to be broken up into different classes. So the first ability here is the Barrier Orb, and you can equip a Barrier Orb, and it will fire and place a solid wall. The alt fire rotates the targeter. Now, we've already seen this in the demonstration, the little teasers that you've probably seen about a million times. So here it is right here. This creates that solid wall, and someone on the other side ends up destroying it. If you're trying to compare this to anything, I think it would be almost exactly like what Mei has in Overwatch. The next one is the Slow Orb. You equip a slowing orb, fire to throw a slowing orb forward that detonates upon landing, creating a lingering field that slows and grounds players caught inside of it. The next one is going to be the Healing Orb. So it does appear that this is some sort of a support character, and you equip a Healing Orb, fire with your crosshairs over a damaged ally to activate a heal over time on them, alt fire while Sage is damaged to activate a self-heal over time. Now, I don't think that these healing abilities are going to be even remotely as powerful as the healing that you have in Overwatch. If you noticed through some of the other gameplay that we've seen, a lot of the characters' time to kill in this game is incredibly low. So you can take someone out in just a couple hits. So what these healing orbs are probably going to be doing is just, whatever minor amounts of damage you might take, it will help you to, stay alive a little bit longer. But keep in mind that some of these weapons are going to be able to just take you out in one hit anyways. So the healing orb, it might not be the best, right? So next up is the ultimate ability, which is called Resurrection, and you equip a Resurrection ability, fire with your crosshair placed over a dead ally to begin resurrecting them. After a brief channel, the ally will be brought back to life with full health. Again, just like Mercy from Overwatch. And all of these abilities, it should be noted that you don't just get these abilities every single time. Now, the way that this game has been described by the developers is that it is a tactical shooter. And that is the same way that games like CSGO and some of the others are being described as, right? So it's much closer to what you would have with CSGO than what you're getting with Overwatch. You don't have these abilities every single match. You don't have them on a cooldown. You actually have to buy them at the beginning of each round, just like you would buy other equipment. So it's not something that it's just going to happen all the time. So if you're worried about, oh man, you have to have this character because you need to be able to res all the time, just like what Mercy does in Overwatch, that's not the case at all. Because, again, these are going to be expensive and you're not going to have them available all the time. Going back to the girl with the white hair, it's believed that she's the one with the knives and the air abilities. This has already been shown off in the teaser trailer, and also we got a look at the silhouette of most likely what this character is. But something that kind of flew under the radar for a while was the abilities were actually shown on the character HUD, or at least the early versions of it, during that test footage. So on this screen right here, if you look on the bottom, you can see what appears to be her list of abilities. So first one is this circle, which is probably the giant kind of ball of air that she can throw out there. The second one is a cyclone of some sort, perhaps, or maybe wind that's getting thrown ahead. The third one looks like it's kind of forward momentum or maybe a dash ability. And then the fourth one is those daggers. So these appear to be her moveset. We don't know exactly if they do anything extra, like what sort of other effects, because obviously with Sage, she has a slowing effect on one of her orbs and all that kind of stuff. So some of these air abilities might have little extra things that we don't know until we actually get to see the ability descriptions. Also, talking about the abilities we've seen in the trailer, it is very likely that the character of Viper is the one that is controlling all of these different green gases, like the giant orb and also that big wall that can get thrown out as well. This isn't confirmed or anything, it's just me speculating, but it does kind of seem to fit. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is that on March 2nd, which is next Monday, there's supposed to be some big announcements about the game from Riot. The first thing they're probably going to announce is the name of the game, Valorant, so remember to act surprised. And hopefully they'll give us some other information as well about characters' abilities, and just anything else about the game would be pretty cool. So what do you guys think about the game so far, and what do you think about these heroes? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. You can get some cool gear, join my Discord server, or follow me on social media with the links down in the description below. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters, and remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.